For ACUSports.com, I'm Grant Boone, talking some women's hoops with head basketball coach Julie Goodenough and sophomore guard Brea Wright. ACU coming off a big win against Sam Houston State, a thriller by 3 points on Saturday in Huntsville. Brie, let's start with you. You had a huge week, 27 points in a great game, a close loss at Lamar, and then a career-high 31 points against Sam Houston State in the big comeback. We always talk about a player feeling it, quote unquote. A, were you? And B, what does that really mean when a player really gets going?
I guess you could say that I was feeling it. A lot of it has to come from the team aspect of everything. I wouldn't be able to do what I was doing. There were a lot of great screen assists coming off the Sam Houston game and a lot of great passes, making the extra pass. And I guess feeling it would definitely be knocking the shots down and getting the defensive end done. And I think that our team did a great job just collectively making the extra pass and getting those open shots ready and knocking them down.
You still have to shoot even after you miss. You had missed a couple before you hit the go-ahead three, but that's the way you play when you play for Coach Goodenough, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Just keep shooting the open shots, and eventually they'll fall, and just keep encouraging your teammates to do the same.
When you were down 13 in the third quarter, things really aren't going very well. They're playing the game of their season, really, Sam Houston State. What was going on the bench, on the floor, as you began to chip away at that lead?
A lot of encouragement. Our team did a fantastic job just staying positive and really encouraging everybody to just keep the energy up, keep the positivity up. We knew we needed to step it up on defense, and eventually we locked down, and our offense started turning into that, and kind of just worked out for us.
You scored the last 7 points for your team. A lot of the season last year, I'm looking behind us at some of these superstars you played with, the 4 super seniors. I would think there would have to be a balance when you're scoring a lot and you want the ball, but you're also trying to play within a team mindset. How do you balance that?
I think just being able to create for the teammates as well. There's a lot of times where you drive and 3 defenders end up on you, and you have to know when to kick out and when you're the best scoring option. And I think that Coach Goodenough does a good job in practice letting us know when we're doing that right, and I think it's starting to show in games.
All right, let's talk to your coach here. She was feeling it the other night, and these great players behind us, not many of them or anyone have had weeks like the week she just had. How good was it?
Well, she, like you mentioned, I mean, she was feeling it. She was really in the zone, but you can't get in the zone if you're not doing the work up front and you're not in the gym putting in lots of time on your shot. You just don't have that kind of confidence to take shots in pressure games like she did this past week. These were 2 very complete games for Brie. We had a really great effort, team effort at Lamar on Wednesday. It's the best that an ACU team has ever played in Beaumont. We came up short, and then we go down to Sam Houston, and back-to-back road games takes a lot out of you as well. But I think because of all the extra time that Bree's putting in the gym on her shot, she's just gained a lot of confidence. And like she said, when her teammates did a great job of making the extra pass and getting a perfect pass to her when she was shot ready, she was ready to knock shots down. But it was an interesting game on Saturday. I was, just really proud at how our team responded when we did face adversity, when we got down double digits. We did not see the pouty faces that we have seen sometime during the season, and I think that just speaks volumes about how our team is growing up and how they just played with poise even when our shots weren't falling and theirs were. Defensively, we did, I think, create a few turnovers late in the game that really benefited us on the offensive end. But it was just a fun week to see how our team competed on the road, competed against a really good Lamar team. We went in there with our minds made up that we were going to leave there with a win, and I think that we played to try to get a win there. And then on Saturday, we couldn't have asked for a better start. Just a great start to the game. They call a timeout, and then they kind of got on fire a little bit. But, again, just really pleased with how our team handled the battles and the adversity that we had to face on Saturday.
I said in the pregame show and the broadcast on the radio that we need to beware of those games that you're quote-unquote supposed to win. And you told me after the game, I would have taken a 1-point win. Well, you got absolutely. A 3-point win, right?
Absolutely. You're going on the road, especially playing against some teams that, like Sam Houston is fighting for a spot in the tournament right now. And even though we've got, over a handful of games left, I mean, they need to start winning some games just to make the tournament. And that's what you see out of teams like that. They are in a fight to extend their season. And so we've got to be prepared for that. I mean, everybody that we play, whether they're fighting for a spot or they're jockeying for a better position, there's going to be some extreme battles coming up, and no one's going to be passive coming into these games now, the second half of the season. And so our players, I think we're learning about that. We've never played for a position in the tournament. We have faced some teams that in the past we felt like we're probably, trying to better themselves for the tournament, but this is what it looks like, teams really fighting for the best possible situation in the conference tournament. And so, we've got to be ready to fight every night. And obviously we want the best seed we can possibly have as well. And so, again, I think we're in a really good position. Got another road trip. This will be 3 in a row. And our players are learning how to be road warriors, and they're handling that very well. People ask us a lot about, the wear and tear of travel. It's awesome. I mean, we just get to spend time together. We have a lot of fun together. We grow together as a team when we're on the road, and travel is travel. There's nothing that we can do about the mileage. We just pick out good movies, and we just roll with it.
One way to look at it is you're playing for a road trip, aren't you? You won a 6-hour road trip to Katy, Texas.
Yep, absolutely. Every day we're trying to move forward as a team, and looking forward to each game, one game at a time. But often the distance, we do know the conference tournament is what we're really geared up to. Being able to take our best game at that point, trying to hit our peak just around the corner when we go to Katy. But, we're excited about where we are right now, and anxious to prepare and get ready for this next challenge.
8-3, tied for third place in the Southland Conference. Big game at Nicholls, which is coming off a nice win against New Orleans on Saturday. That game tips off at 6 o'clock. You can listen to it on the ACU Sports.com website. For Brea Wright and Coach Julie Goodenough, I'm Grant Boone for ACU Sports.com.